I'm writing a book. I was telling a friend that just the other day. I said, I'm writing a book. He said, oh, really? What book are you writing? And I had to think about it a little bit. Yeah, my book I'm writing is called I Bark for Health. Health books are big this year. And I don't know a lot because I live with the dogs, so I bark for health seemed to me like a real winner of a title for a book. Really, I am writing a book called I Bark for Health, and has little to do with health. In fact, it has little to do with barking. It's just that I came up with that title a long time ago, and I kind of want to use it. Because, you got something, you should use it. But actually, barking is very helpful. There are some words, like that F word, that just fit. They just work. F you. It gets the point across. And no other word quite does it like that. When a bill collector is talking to me on the phone, they always, why don't you pay your bill? It's simple, if I'm not paying a bill, obviously I don't have the money to pay the bill, right? But they don't accept that. So I have found what works is to bark. Why don't you pay your bill? Oof! Works every time. Just a couple barks and they hang up and they don't bother to call back. Bill collector comes to the door. Maybe it's one of those religious types. By the way, did you know what you get if you cross a Catholic and a Mormon together? You get someone who knocks on your door and doesn't say anything. Yeah. Anyway, that's aside. They come to the door. I get a lot more now. I put a new door on the house. Very fancy door. Before it was a very, very threatening and kind of worn and torn door. But now, the fine new door, it attracts people. They come with their Bibles in hand to my front door. And they say, "Sir, have you received the word today?" This is a perfect opportunity to bark. Woof! They leave. I think they mark something on the driveway so they don't ever come back. I've thought about forming an organization. A national organization. Now, why screw with national? An international organization. We could be the Loyal Association of Fraternal Barkers. Yeah. People who bark. Woof! I can see it now as history records our marks and achievements made during a lifetime on the planet. It would say, Oliver J. Lippincott. He was a barker. Doesn't it say it all? You knew that this man in his lifetime, or lady to be correct, they barked. It touches me. I'm not really going to try to push my book, I Bark for Health. Available for $29.95 plus $65.40 postage and handling. We'll edit that out, don't worry. I've received a number of comments this past week. One was a video that I did in a complete fit of anger and rage and posted it on that Real News site. But I thought about it. And I said to myself, I cannot do this as K6TPL because K6TPL has built a certain amount, a lot, credibility we're talking here. And I have multiple personalities, which I try to keep hid. So I said, I will post this anonymously As Mad Dog Dimmitt, nobody will ever figure it out. Mad Dog Dimmitt, part of my personality, which is strange, weird. Mad Dog doesn't need facts to react. Mad Dog looks at a video, he sees one word in that video, and he listens to it, and he looks it up in the dictionary. I have a dictionary, it's right here. So I know words. It's a heavy, heavy book. Glad we have computers. They used the word President Clinton and McCain in the same sentence. Well, I flipped out and I did a response to it. Oh, and it was a fine response, too. But then people said, "You doof, you idiot, you didn't watch the video." I certainly did. I just may have responded to one or two words in the video. It's a concern, and I'm not exactly sure what to do about it. Thinking about it, though, I think I'll go back and post another video, and I'll say, "Woof!" Then they'll say I'm unstable. They always do that. I had other comments that I should probably touch upon that were written on the videos. One, what good does it do to protest? They don't care what you think. They cared in Vietnam. One person at a time, and it stopped the war. Remember that draft? Yeah, it was the anti-war movement that stopped the draft, really. You may not find that in the history book, but it's what stopped it. It said, "Do you not support our boys and our young men and our young women fighting in Iraq? You creep." Of course I support them. I wish that the government supported them. So we have a military that's meant to fight countries. We have smart bombs. Go up and blow up one building in the middle of a city. We're not fighting an army in Iraq. We're using soldiers that are meant to fight in the year 2008. Yet what they're doing is fighting street fights. Maybe those gangs that we have running loose and taking over our cities, maybe those gangs could be recruited and sent to Iraq. Because street fighting is very different than modern warfare type fighting. We can win wars with our sophisticated, expensive military equipment. But I'm not sure about fighting thugs in the street. I don't think that's what our military is really equipped to do, because it's kind of an equalizing thing there. Our sophisticated weapons, they're not made for that kind of thing. Not for fighting in the street. Not at all. Before I get myself in any more trouble, if you will excuse me.
Initiating shutdown sequence.